for the final time this season. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to LOI Fan TV. I hope you're all keeping very, very well indeed. I don't need to explain too much here at the start of this video. You all know what's at stake this weekend. Shamrock Rovers, Stephen Bradley, Shelbourne, Damien Duff. Who will win the league title? God only knows. It's been an incredible season of twists and turns and ups and downs, and it is going to come to a head this Friday night. An incredible season. It's been amazing. It's been the best one in ages. Definitely the best I can remember since we started this channel in terms of drama and narrative. It's been the best by a mile. Before we jump into the video, guys, obviously previewing all the games and bits and pieces, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's tuned into our kind of preview and prediction videos throughout the season. I just want to say you guys are absolute legends. We really appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes, everything, guys. It goes without saying. Like, sometimes we maybe don't say it enough in terms of how much we genuinely appreciate it. So yeah, if you can drop a like on this video, if you can hit 50 likes, big target, big target, but it's a final round of fixtures. It would be fantastic if we could hit that target. A nice little way to cap off the season. It'd be amazing. We'll have plenty of stuff coming in the off season as well in terms of looking ahead to next year. But if we can finish off the season on a high, 50 likes would be fantastic. But yeah, as I said, thank you so much for tuning in throughout the year. It is much appreciated, and we've got a banging episode ahead today as well. These videos from YouTube are now available on Spotify as well, so if you are listening on Spotify, thank you very much, and please do leave a rating and on all that good stuff there as well. It is much appreciated. But without further ado, let's jump into the final round of fixtures in the LOI Premier Division 2024. It's been a memorable season. It's been a great one. Let's get into it.
Well. It all comes down to this. Can you believe it? Shelbourne and Shamrock Rovers, the final two standing going into the last day of the season in the LOI Premier Division title race. Luke, if I had asked at the start of the campaign, the two teams we support, it's going to get into the final day, Shells and Rovers, would you believe me?
I wouldn't have believed. I would have called you a liar. But no. And then there was two. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts, isn't it? Like, it's nuts. Obviously, Derry ruled out last week with defeat the Pats. They'll be disappointed themselves. Like, obviously, they've kind of had plenty of situations this season where they feel like they could have picked up more points and bits and pieces. And do you think it doesn't look good for Higgins? I know they have a cup final to look forward to as well. But is it one where, well, obviously, we'll probably get into all this, but is it one where for Derry in particular, like, they should be in this mix? It's bad, isn't it? Like,
It's really bad. If you would have said, like, even a month ago that, the final day, we always imagined it was going to be Shells v Derry and then maybe Rovers and Tala. But if you were to say Derry wouldn't even be mathematically involved, you'd be like, what? Like, it's a complete calamity. And it's surely a damage limitation. Like, even if he does beat you on Friday and wins the cup, like, you can't get away from the fact that this Derry team has been built over 3 or 4 years and they haven't even capitalised this season. You know what I mean? Like, it's just surely he's on his last legs. Like,
yeah, no, 100%. We'll get into more title talk as we go along. But it is the first title race to be decided on the final day. It's the first time in a decade it'll be decided on the final day of the season. So it's been obviously a rarity the last couple of years. Obviously Rovers have kind of run it out of Canter for the last 4 years. Relatively easily, so it is good for the league to have that kind of competitive edge back to it, really, isn't it? And to see this, it's only a good thing, isn't it? Really,
right? It's not good for the heart, but it's
not good for the heart. Yeah.
Good for the neutral. But very good for the neutral, and the fact like all the games have been so close as well. Like, even like there's all the games have been so tight. Like, it's been literally box office from start to finish on a new number of angles. Like watching Shells or watching Rovers. So yeah, it's fun. And like, look how mainstream the league is. Like now, like it's like I was only even. I don't know who said it, but it's like the League of Ireland used to be a niche, and now it's like everyone's talking about it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, the Athletic were doing articles on Shells there and all there earlier on today, and bits and pieces. Like, it's just, it's crazy to see. And Duff, I know, love him or hate him, he's been good for the league and the exposure, but really, hasn't he? Like,
I had to respect him. Like, he's devoted his coaching career to the league, like coming through at the 15s at Rovers, the 17s, trying Celtic, not liking it, coming back and then taking the Shells job, and really, like, you can probably sit down with him and he'd tell you about most players and most teams in the league. Like, he's really like, he knows his stuff, and you have to respect it. And the eyeballs that he's brought, like, it's you've never seen the likes of it before. So no, it's only good for the league. It's brilliant.
100%. I remember, I think Dan McDonald said on a podcast last week that obviously you get that kind of Dublin media stuff and all that kind of thrown at you and stuff, but he looked at like his articles and like his 20 most read articles and clicked on articles, and I think 17 out of 20 were Damien Duff related. Like it just kind of says all you need to know. Like,
Yeah, like there's a joke going around like there needs to be like a Damien Dove correspondent in the papers, like
yeah,
because
yeah,
every week there's a storyline. There's multiple storylines, whether he's slipping, saying something, having a bust up. You know what I mean? It's just it's box office, and like
he
he's been
is
brilliant. So fair play to him. Like regardless of what happens, like regardless of what happens on Friday night, like he has been a breath of fresh air, and the fact that he's got this Shells team to this point is a testament to him. So fair play to him.
100%, 100%. We'll get into that further in the video, but we will start off with a couple of the games that maybe aren't deemed as kind of high profile and deemed as important this weekend, but a couple of things look to finish the season strongly. We will start off at Dalymount Park with Bohemians, who play host to Galway United. Bohemians are guaranteed eighth this season, no matter what the outcome is here. Galway, on the other hand, a draw would confirm fifth place for them. So I think a top half finish for them, it'll be a fantastic season. John Caulfield's done incredible work there. I think they'll be touch disappointed with their last couple of results, maybe in terms of just falling out of that European race a little bit. But I think it was always kind of bound to happen, and it was always a little bit maybe a stretch too far for them. But a fantastic season nonetheless for Galway.
Yeah, fair play. Like, definitely a contender for manager of the year, Johnny Caulfield. Like, I think I had them bottom in my preseason prediction,
Wow.
and like I just looked at the players they signed, and like I just was thinking, there's not much, not much Premier League experience in there. But to be fair to them, they've been unbelievable, and like to even be fifth with 1 point. So like, imagine saying that from the start of the year, like they would have spit your hand off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, to be honest, I think they will kind of be looking at that, thinking, obviously Sligo are playing Pats, and it'd be tough for Sligo to win that game, but they'd definitely be thinking we need to finish this season. We can. It's in our own hands to get top half, and we want to secure it. So I think they'll be well up for this.
Yeah, 100%. Do you think there could be an element, obviously maybe a little bit early to say, but it could be a second season syndrome for Galway a little bit next year, or would you be confident in repeating it again?
You just don't know, do you? Like, it really depends what happens in the window. Like, obviously, like I was reading rumors there during the week. Patrick Hickey supposed to be coming to Rovers.
Saw that,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like I don't watch enough of Galway, so I don't know. But from what Galway, like I saw, he got on. He was player of the month for September. So like, if they lose him, he's the loss. And then obviously Ed McCarthy and Stephen Walsh are their good player, and Greg Cunningham. Could he keep him fit? And Brendan Clark, another year old. You just don't know. It really
Yeah,
depends on what they do. But like, if they keep the bulk of that squad together, make a few shrewd additions. There's no reason why they can't, build, because they have the management team for it.
absolutely. Absolutely. Bows, on the other hand, speaking of management team, is this Alan Reynolds' last game in charge, do you think?
It should be, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
don't know if it I don't, like, I don't know if it will be. I just think the Fenlon factor, and they've worked together before at Waterford, and I was listening to Dan McDonald, League Around Central, saying that like there's kind of an element there that they want to give him an off season to build his own squad. I personally don't think that's the right call. But sure, look, it's another season of O's in the life, isn't it? So you just don't know. But yeah, I think he probably will stay, but I don't think he should. What do you think?
Do you think it could be a repeat of Declan Devine in terms of keeps on, and then he's gone within 8, 9 games next season? Then
That's it. That's because the pressure's gonna be on him, because like
yeah,
it's kind of a lose lose for him and for Bose, because if you get in a new manager, he kind of has that bit of settling in, like make his own signs. But for like, there's major pressure on Alan Reynolds to deliver next season, and if there's even like a whisker of a half surprising result at the start of next season, like if they say they lose to, like, I don't know, like Galway at home, like it'll be a circus. Like, so I just think they should just cut ties. Like, it hasn't worked out, but yeah, stranger things have happened.
yeah. I think fan sentiment is important as well, and going off the kind of fan sentiment that I've seen, it is one of we don't want them here, like we want them gone, and he doesn't really seem to inspire much belief within the crowd, which is such a big factor for Bowes and getting results throughout the season. Is that Jody stand? Is that fans getting right behind the gaffer? And it just doesn't feel like that magic is there. That relationship they have with Keith Long just felt a lot different. There was belief and there was real kind of backing of the gaffer, and it just doesn't feel the same there at all with Reynolds. I think Pat Fenlon is probably one you mentioned there, and it's interesting. I think he will, if he's still director of football, whatever his role is, I think he probably will keep the relationship going with Reynolds. I think they know each other well from their time at Waterford and things like that. I think Fenlon was his manager at Shels as well, for a while. So they have that kind of long-standing relationship. But I think Fenlon needs to be looked at by Dan Lambert and the likes as well, because he is a lot to answer for in terms of how they've ran their football club off the pitch for the last couple of years in terms of recruitment and stuff. It's been diabolical. So for me, I'd be tearing Bose apart in the off season and then starting afresh with a new director of football, a new footballing philosophy, identity, scouting departments, bits and pieces like that. Like the only good signings they've had are the ones that the players that have returned to the club from previous years. So like it's been abysmal.
It seems
Recruitment.
to be a job for the boys. Like it's as I
Yeah,
said, like a job for the boys. Like just yeah, like kind of fell and got in. It was like right, who do I know? I've no Rennie. I'll bring him in. And like even you're saying the Keith Long connection, like there was a bit of a connection there with Declan Devine as well. Like he kind of had a bit of like it wasn't as strong as the Keith Long connection, but he still had a kind of camaraderie with the fans. Got into a cup final. There was a bit like the fans kind of warmed to him. What just doesn't feel like with Alan Reynolds there is a warmth there at all. This feels like it just feels like he's like almost like caretaker manager. He hasn't really connected with
yeah,
the club. I don't
get
think
that
he knows.
vibe.
Don't think he knows what it means to be Bo's manager. Like in theory, like obviously think Rovers are the biggest team in the country because I support them and whatever, like leagues and cups or whatever. But like if you're to ask me who the second biggest were, I probably would have said Bo's based off fan base and potential. And like I don't think he gets all that. I feel like he's almost thinks he's managing water for 2.0. Like he needs to grab it by the throat, be like, we need Bows are eights. We need to get them at least into the European spots, and they have the money first. So it's just totally unacceptable. I think like there needs to be a major reshuffle down the off season.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100% I agree. Prediction on that one anyway. Obviously, a little bit of an insignificant game, but
Galway will take their draw, and I think Bows will be on the beach also. I'm going to say 1-0.
yeah, I don't mind that. I'll go Galway to nick it just to put the final nail in Reynolds' coffin. I'll go 2-0 Galway. Do you know, I'll go 2-0 Galway.
Patrick Hickey double for his eyes for
Patrick
Rovers.
Hickey double, yeah, yeah. um, Next game, then we have the Loud Derby. We have Drogheda, who obviously are guaranteed ninth and that playoff position, who play Dundalk, who are obviously guaranteed 10th and have been relegated from the top flight. Drogheda really here is it a case of, I know they made a couple of changes last week for the game in Talker Park, not a huge amount, but a couple of changes, bits and pieces, giving players games, and obviously took off Douglas James Taylor around the 55-60 minute mark, which I was expecting, and I think they were 2-0 down as well, so there's no real point in leaving them on. Obviously they got back into the game a little bit, so maybe they're regretting it, but it wouldn't have made any difference anyway. But is it one where they maybe the rest, I know for Peru's out injured at the moment, so he won't be playing. I don't think they'll be trying to get him back fit for the final and the playoffs, but is it one maybe where you could see a good amount of rotation in this one, or is it allowed Derby enough of a catch to finish the season on a high and keep the fans on side, head into two massive games?
Yeah, like the double-edged sword. Like you kind of want to keep the momentum going, and a win in this derby would do that. But at the same time, you don't want to risk any stupid injuries. And I feel like if somebody's doubtful, they won't play in this game. Um, yeah, like I was at the Dundalk game on Sunday, and like John Dale even said after the game, like he feels like he hasn't lost this group, and the way they played was admirable. Like they gave us a really good game.
Yeah,
Be fair to draw that they give you a really good game as well. Like we haven't none to play for. So you just don't know. Like I feel like they'll have a Barney. Like it's obviously a loud derby. The broader fans might be buzzing with the fact that Dundalk are gone, and
yeah,
probably will be a feisty affair, even though there's nothing on the line. But you just don't know. The is kind of to see what happens. But I can see both sides. Obviously Dundalk will, but I can see Drogheda feeling a reasonably strong team.
yeah. I think it'd probably be similar enough to last week, and
Yeah,
a couple of changes here and there, but nothing major.
yeah.
Draw it in their hand, as you said. Sorry, Dundalk even on the other hand, as you said. Obviously, he's played them last week, and obviously had my fingers and toes crossed for a Dundalk result. And to be fair to them, they nearly got it at times. They looked threatening enough, and they put up a really good fight. To be fair, in terms of a relegated side, they put in a good showing against us.
They did, yeah. They're sturdy opposition. Like they've still have good players like Ron O'Kane, Daryl Horgan, John Mountney, like obviously Andy Bull didn't play, but like players like that, Robbie Benson, Owen Kenny, like they in the first half they were good. In the second half we kind of made, a number of changes and they just kind of really didn't threaten us at all. But I was watching that first half and I was thinking, God, like these, like how are these bottom? So I
Yeah,
made like 'cause they hit the crossbar and all, and I think they'll put in a similar result like that in Drogheda. But I think home advantage last day of the season. I think it'd be a bit of a celebration for Drogheda because they were almost nailed to finish bottom at the start of the season and they didn't.
yeah, yeah.
So bit of a success for them. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go. I'll go 2-1 Drogheda.
200. Yeah, yeah. I would go for. I think I'll throw one all draw here. I just think, yeah, I don't think like I think both sides be up for it to a relative degree. I think they won't be throwing the kitchen sink at it in the last 10 minutes or anything. They're not desperate for the points. So yeah, I think both sides will score. I think could be yeah, score draw. I think it's kind of tough in the last game of the season with these ones. It could just be like a mad game. Anything could happen, like but I'll go for a 1-1. I think both sides will kind of cancel each other out a bit and nick a goal. But yeah, be an interesting one to see. Obviously, I think we'll delve into the whole Dundalk situation more in the off season in terms of their first division year next year, and hopefully they are still around for the first division next year. Hopefully they have the clubs to support. That's the main thing. But yeah, I'm going to go for the draw there. We do have Sligo Rovers against St. Patrick's Athletic. Sligo Rovers can leapfrog Galway if they win here and Galway lose. They are guaranteed sixth though as well. St. Pat's in their hand. They are currently in third place. They need to win this to guarantee European football next season. They're 2 points off Shamrock Rovers, sort of an outside chance with a miracle kind of that they could sneak second. But most likely they'll probably be looking to win this and get third. Do you fancy them to do it?
Yeah. A Sligo away is tough, but as you say, you kind of allude to the point, like they don't much to play for Sligo, and yeah, like I'm not really sure how their injury situation is looking up, but like they're very bare bone. Like, well, the players have lost for the season. I fancy Pass to go up there and like you know they're on a bit of a run themselves. What's the 8 straight wins? So they'd be looking to
It
make
just
that
been
nine.
9 wins in a row.
Yeah, exactly. So
Incredible.
I think it'll be a convincing Pats win. I think they'll win like 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, yeah, could definitely see it. Sligo, like it's been a fucking stop start season. Like they kind of see that one result stand out to me is that was it 9-0 or 8-0 to draw it there a while ago. So like it's just random results like that thrown in. Obviously they got a bit of momentum going again after that. And they lost 2-0 at home to Bows, which kind of ruled them out of any European talk. Weird kind of stop start season. I suppose that's kind of exemplified by their kind of squad depth and maybe the lack of recruitment at times and in certain areas. I think they started an 18-year-old youth player up front against Bows in that game and couple of injuries that's just ruined them at stages of the season. But they've had the bones of a really, really good side, and I think the gaffer's done well there to get as much out of him as he has this season to kind of maybe be in and around the top half finish is quite a successful year.
Yeah, definitely. John Russell's really had a outstanding season, like losing Mata, Hartman, Pinacker. I'm definitely forgetting one or two others, but like they've been
Yeah,
dead, and obviously Ellis Chapman's now injured. Like so, like it's
yeah,
yeah, it's been hard for him, and to be fair to him, he's coped, and like sixth is by no means he shouldn't hang his head in shame, and there's like whatever happens on Friday, like it's been a good season for Sligo, so yeah, fair play to him.
yeah. No, without a doubt, without a doubt. You went Pat 3-1 Pats, was it?
3-1 Pats.
Yeah, I got 2-0 Pats. I think they might keep a clean sheet. 9 wins in a row just feels mad. I feel like they might just like have a hiccup or something. They're due one. But yeah, I think they'll probably just be a little bit too strong too strong for Sligo here. It's the way they're playing and the squad depth they have and the way they can rotate Mealy and Keane up front. I think Mealy had a bit of a knock there, didn't he? I think so. Keane has been playing, and yeah, it's Levy, Kavanagh, Elbazetti, Monet. This is so much quality in that team, and they're going to be a real force to be reckoned with next year. Scary, scary times. I saw they've signed up a couple of lads now for next year as well. Anto Breslin and stuff signing new deals, so getting things over the line and cooking for next year already. Yeah, I think Pats will win this and guarantee European football for next year, which we didn't see at all coming a month or two ago.
No, fair play to Stephen Kenny. Like he's really you're half thinking when he first came back and the results were lackluster, you're like, oh, is he just like gonna mellow out here as a manager? But
Yeah,
no,
I
he's
fully
really
thought that. Like,
he's re-reminded all of us why that Dundalk team was so dominant for all those years. And
yeah,
yeah, I think Pats are gonna win the league next season. And like this is not even fully his squad. He's had like a summer window of signing a few ballers. Don't get me wrong, but like he's gonna have more of that now in the off season. And you're thinking, Jesus, what's his Pats team going to look like after a winter window?
yeah.
So it definitely could be a force to be reckoned with.
I know, without a doubt, without a doubt. But yeah, we will move into the last two games and two absolute crackers. Um, the most exciting title race we've ever had in League of Ireland history, the most incredible storylines, narratives, everything, whatever way you want to put it. It's been insane, and it's been so good to watch. And obviously, our team's been at the heart of it, so it's been kind of can't take your eyes off it, but nearly covering your eyes at the same time. It's so difficult to watch. Your heart's in your mouth every week, and you're just. But it's been amazing. It's an amazing experience, and you just want obviously can't end happy for both of us, but you just want to end on that high, don't you? To cap off what's been an amazing season.
Oh, my mate put it perfectly to me at the Dundalk game. We were winning 1-0 with 5 minutes to go, and he says, "Luke, if you don't watch nothing bad can happen. But then it's like almost like, you don't want to,
Yeah, yeah,
it felt like that for weeks. It's terrible. It's like you don't want to watch, but you can't take your eyes off it. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
horrendous. And like, it's something like you felt it as well. Like you feel like you're one mistake away from being out of it. And it's just like that's like embodied the whole season. Like, it's been unbelievable. And like, to be fair, yeah, like both ways, if we win against Waterford, like, and you drop points, we deserve to win the league. But if you go up to Derry and win, you deserve to win the league. So like, there's no kind of, oh
Table
geez, the
doesn't
best
lie.
team did. Yeah, the table doesn't lie, and like there's none of this case of like, oh, the best team didn't win the league, because it's over the course of like, you are the best team the first half, we were the best team the second half, and now it's coming down to this, and like, yeah, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah, it's been insane. I remember we were talking a couple of weeks back, we're like, will 61 points do it? Probably would, and now it's looking like it wouldn't. Like, you need to get more. Like, for Shell's point of view, anyway,
Yeah,
6 points,
easy,
61 points would do
easy.
it for you, but it wouldn't do it for us. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, crazy, crazy small margins. Um, we will start off with the game in Tala. By the way, they have figured out. I know we were talking a couple of weeks ago about flying the trophy to and from and stuff. They figured that out. Apparently, it's going to be the replica trophy being made, and apparently the original OG trophy will be held kept in the Brandywell, and the replica trophy will be in Tala. So make of that what you will.
that's I now, I want your neutral opinion on this. Like, we've won 4 leagues in a row. I know we're second. I get we're second, but like, surely the champions should have access to the trophy. Like, that's just.
No,
Anyways,
not for me. Not for
anyways,
me.
whatever. The FAI
Like
just being.
so, if you, John, it breaks my heart warm that if somehow we don't do it, you're not lifting the actual trophy. You're just lifting a little replica yoke. Like,
I swear, it's gonna look like that. I guarantee it's gonna look like that Niall Quinn statue. The other
yeah,
Ronaldo
yeah,
statue
yeah,
in Madeira. It looks like Niall Quinn.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's gonna come out and everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell
What
is
is
that?
what is that thing like? Yeah,
That's supposed to be the League of Ireland trophy."
yeah. No, that'd be brilliant. Like, be like 4 handles on it or something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It takes a left halfway up. You're like, is that supposed to be
Yeah.
lifted that?
Oh,
But you know
brilliant.
what? Do you know what I think? I think we should just not no games on Friday. We both share it. You know what I mean? Like it's terrible. The thoughts of one of us, being heartbroken on Friday night. I
I
don't like
know.
it.
I know. I know. I think I deserve it then more than you, to be honest.
I don't think so. I think,
After the last, you've had
five in
four
a row. Here
years.
we go. No, 5 in a row has never been done before. History makers.
But you know as
You,
well, like, I think this one would be like, well, I know like we touched it before, like obviously running away with it. It's like it's great to win the league and all, but when you're away with it, there's a certain kind of feeling to it that's maybe like not as good when it's a proper title race that goes down to the wire when you grasp it out of someone's hands or something. That always feels so much more special and better than one where you kind of run away with it with 5 games to go. Like,
So true, yeah. See, I haven't experienced us like kind of do this before. So like, yeah, I remember like last season with 3 games to go, we were like, right, we need to win the league, and I was like, oh
yeah,
my God, I can't handle this, and I would love to just slap that fella from a year ago and say, you've seen nothing yet.
not nothing yet. Like, yeah, yeah, win with 3 games to spare, need one win. Like,
Oh, stop,
um,
unbelievable.
yeah, the permutation is pretty simple. Shamrock Rovers currently 2 points behind, but a much superior goal difference to Shells. So Shamrock Rovers must win, and Shelbourne, if Shelbourne must drop points for Shamrock Rovers to win the league. If Shamrock Rovers do somehow lose this game, Pats and Derry have the opportunity to leapfrog them, so Shamrock Rovers wouldn't be guaranteed European football, which is funny enough in itself as well.
I'd never thought
But
of that.
yeah, yeah, it's still there, like still there to be leapfrogged, like.
That's right.
Um, a repeat of the 3-1 Waterford results earlier in the season, please. Thank you very much, the footballing gods. But yeah, Shamrock Rovers in fantastic form. Dylan Watson, in particular, last couple of weeks, he's really stepped up, and I think he's not far away from being the PFA Player of the Year if he's going to win it, because he scored 2 of the most vital goals you'll ever see in League of Ireland, 2 1-0 wins and 2 big goals from Dylan Watson.
Yeah, and then the Applewell goal as well. So like, he's done 3 huge goals for us in the last month, and yeah, like, he's definitely, if we win this league, I even, who are you going to give the PFL Player of the Year to if we don't win the league? It's a tough one, but like, yeah, maybe put Mark Coyle to be up there, but yeah, like, Dylan Watts, if Rovers win the league, it's a no-brainer. Like, he's been unbelievable, and like Danny Mandreu, Dylan, like Jack Byrne, Graham Burke, like, these are all players in around the international setup, and they're getting taken off when we're chasing the game. And
Yeah,
he's like, don't touch Dylan Watts, don't go near him, because he's now the difference maker, which is funny because he was a bit power player for us for years, but
yeah.
he's really stepped up this season. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, no, he's been fantastic. He's been fantastic. Waterford, on the other hand, guaranteed seventh. They're in very, very poor form. One win in their last 9 games. So, in terms of getting a fixture on the last day of the season, so when you need to win, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's just Keith Long factor. Like he's just, he like
I think
he
but
alluded.
he has a decent record at Tallaght Long, doesn't he? Like,
He do. He was when he was Bowles manager. Like God, we couldn't beat them for the life of us. But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and he got a good result there early on in the season. Now, to be fair, that was probably the worst we played all season. In that 3-1 game to Waterford, like we were horrendous. We were really bad. I think it was a Monday game after a Friday, and we made some changes, and we just got battered. Like, but
yeah.
anyways,
They
yeah,
had Asamoah all the time as well. You know, like they had a really strong
yeah.
side. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, no, look, I think we're gonna win this game. I think like 10,000 in Tala, it's gonna be kind of one of those things. Let's get a goal before either you or Derry get a goal, and let's just make this game as calm as possible, as quick as possible. And I think I'm gonna go for a reverse scoreline. I think it'll be 3-1 Rovers. I think
yeah,
we'll get a goal early, maybe a second goal, maybe Waterford will pull one back, and then we'll cement it, and that'll be that.
yeah, yeah. Could well see it. I'll go 1-0 Waterford. No, anyway, sorry, yes. I'll go 2-0 Shamrock Rovers. Yeah, I think to be might take a little while to break the deadlock, but once you do, I think it'll be relatively comfortable. I think Waterford, I watched them in talk a couple of weeks ago. Um Obviously they nicked a penalty early on to put a bit of pressure on, but we were relatively comfortable in the end. We dominated the ball, and I expect you to be far too good for them. And they're kind of lacking that bit of intensity and stuff, just in terms of having absolutely nothing to play for. So yeah, I'd be shocked, absolutely shocked, if Shamrock Rovers don't get all 3 points here. Sackable offence probably for Bradley if so, you know. So
Whatever.
yeah. We move on to the final game then. Obviously, the massive, massive one in the Brandywell on RT2, where the real League of Ireland trophy will be in the Brandywell Stadium, of course, for the visit of Shelbourne to Derry City. Derry City are currently in fourth position. They are officially, as we mentioned, out of the title race somehow, which is incredible. And this is an enormous tie. Derry City need to win to try and leapfrog either Pats or Rovers to secure European football. If they finish fourth, they will have to win the FAI Cup final the following week to make sure they're in Europe next season. If they lose that, Drogheda will take that final position, and Derry won't have European football. Shells, on the other hand, they are 2 points clear on 60 points, points clear. Shamrock Rovers, the only team that can't catch them. They are guaranteed second position. And Damien Duff said if he wins this game, it eclipses his World Cup appearances, his World Cup goals, his Premier League medals. This will be the biggest achievement of his footballing career.
Fair enough. You can't argue with the fella, can't you? Like,
No,
yeah. This is a monument, and it's funny because when we did this preseason prediction, like we were like, if it goes down to Derry and obviously the circumstances have changed. Derry are no longer challenger for the title, but it's still
yeah,
going to be a really tough game. Like Higgins is not going to roll over here, in my opinion. Like he is probably
no.
embarrassed at the fact that he's not able to win the league off beating News, and him and Duffer don't like each other. Like, and I don't blame Duffer. I don't like him either.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah, like he's definitely gonna be with a point to prove here, and I think like he's not even going to have one eye in the cup final. I think it's just going to be do you know what? They're not lifting it in our stadium because that's going to be
That's the
horrendous.
team talk. That's the team talk, isn't it? That
That's
has
the
to be the
team.
team talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God, I remember we played Dundalk in 2015, and it was like we had to beat them for them not to win the league in Tala, and they drilled us. Richie Daz got a penalty, and they had brought out all their posters. We won it in Tala and all. It was just horrendous. Like it was really
yeah,
bad. And like I think he have that in the back of his head. Like you wouldn't be surprised if that we won it in the Brandywell posters were coming out. Like So I think he'll have them well.
100%.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. I agree. I don't find Higgins to be the most inspiring, like kind of a coach and things like that. But I think that team talk writes itself, and I think that could be enough to get the players up for this game. Um, I think he might have one eye on the cup final. Though I genuinely think he does. I think he has to win that cup final to keep his job. Obviously, even if Derry win this, I think I'd expect Rovers to win. I'd expect Pats to win, so they will come fourth still. If my calculations are correct, I think they are. Um, so I think he may have one eye in the cup final. I know Pat Hoban's still an injury doubt as well, so I don't think he'll be kind of rushed back for this if he's still a doubt in the cup finals the following week. Colin Whelan has actually looked really, really good, to be fair, the last couple of weeks as well.
There.
So he's nearly someone that you're like, God, he could actually be more of a danger than Pat Hoban in a weird way, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's so many good players still, and they're just so hit and miss. Like, you watch them some weeks and they're absolutely terrible, and they're disjointed, and they're all over the shop at the back, and they can't. They're not firing, but then some weeks they just click, and Duffy's firing and Patching's firing, and they get going. So I'm just hoping that it's a nasty fixture, and I know Shales will be absolutely firing into them, and they'll be so up for. Obviously, JJ Lunny's been back, made a huge difference last couple of games. Mark Coyle will be back after suspension, and you just hope that we have enough to do it. And I think that we do. I think that we do. I'm gonna go for a smash and grab 1-0 win, and Sean Boyd to nick the goal, and Shelbourne will win the trophy in the Brandywell.
Flip
That's
it up. Flip it up.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the best. I think that's the best narrative. That's the best script. That's the best outcome for League of Ireland fans. The best outcome for the League of Ireland as a whole. Just have a proper champion of this, like a proper club as champion of Ireland. Like,
The proper club, like he's like having Champions League football and he's been losing the blade, and I don't know, the fellas at Derry lost it, like the coefficients on the ground. He's be getting seeded first round. No group stage football for anyone.
I think the league needs it. I think the league
Who's
needs
gonna
it.
beat Larne 4-1? You know what I mean?
I think the
Won't
league
be
needs us. The league needs us. We beat them 1-0. We beat them 1-0.
Exactly. It'd be terrible. Well, look, like I think if Derry get the first goal, it's so important to use don't let that happen, because if Derry
Yeah.
get the first goal, I think the arse will fall out of this. I think it'd be like the whole. It's one of these things, like if you just if Duffer sticks to the game plan, you keep it rigid, keep it tight. As the game goes on at 0-0, that belief grows. Can we get the goal? Can we nick a set piece? Can, like,
Yeah.
we'll make something happen. They're getting frustrated, but if they get a goal, all of a sudden it's like we need to get two. And if they hear Rovers are winning, you know what I mean? It could
Yeah.
just it could become very heavy on the shoulders very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I
John,
just
a big thing for me, so just because just before you make a prediction, I'll try and change your mind. When we lost them 2-0 in the cup in the quarter final up there, a big factor with that, I think Duffy was involved in both goals. Sean Gannon was out injured for that game. Tyreek Wilson was at right back, and that was a huge. I think Gannon knows Duffy inside out, probably from all their times together. And I think if you want to centre a right full, and I think he's probably the best right back in the league this season, to be fair. And I think best right back, maybe
best right back.
arguably best right back in League of Ireland history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you need someone to lock up Michael Duffy, you can't look much further than Sean Gannon.
No, then that's going to be a great battle. But
Yeah.
yeah, oh, I just can't see a world in which Shels win this game. I just can't. Like, I'm not even with my Rovers hat on. It's just Derry need to win to try getting to that top three, and like I don't think he's going to be rolling over and putting his cup final laurels on, because that will be. He doesn't need that pressure, and I think he'll put out a very strong team, and I think they'll give a good account of themselves. I think it'll be tight. I don't think they'll win the game. 1-1. Wouldn't surprise me if Derry got a goal, then Shell's got a goal, and then it was just like user throwing the kitchen sink at it. And it's actually, no, I'm going to change that 2-2. I think this has got a few twists and turns in it. 2-2.
You're killing me. You're killing me here. Yeah.
But you just know it's one of these games. If one goal goes in, it'll just explode.
Yeah.
It'll just explode. Like if you are losing the game, you just go throw the kitchen sink, the fucking table and chairs at it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts.
5 in a row champs. We did it again.
Well,
The best, Stephen Bradley, best manager in League of Ireland history. European knockout stages in the horizon.
Can you be the best manager in League of Ireland history when you're like flattered to deceive with the team with the biggest budget by like 4 times of anyone else? Like,
Stephen Kenny's on about. Stephen Kenny's driving Lamborghinis around Dublin. You know what I mean? You're telling us that Pats have a less budget than us. Come on, and Higgins.
Definitely.
Jesus, he might as well he might as well have the Newcastle owners own in Derry, because he signed
You
about
want the
2
guy.
players.
You want the guy who's had a first division budget all season to win the league, don't you? Like, you want him to.
Look,
It's the underdog story. You want that to happen, don't you? I know you want it to happen deep down.
deep down, if Bradley ever left, I'd love Duffer Rovers. So this is great. I'm loving this experience for him, because usually if the Rovers ever came up, like this would be great for him. And Joey O'Brien's a hoop, you know yourself.
Joey O'Brien's a great man. He's a great man.
Yeah, I love Joey O'Brien.
Yeah, yeah. Well, guys, obviously me and Luke have disagreed on who will be lifting the Premier Division trophy. Only one team can lift the actual one, and one team could lift the replica. But we've disagreed on who will win the Premier Division this season. Who will be right? Let us know down in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like on it down below, and please do subscribe if you are new. Plenty of stuff coming in the off season, heading into the new year as well. But yeah, last game of the season, guys. Let us know what's going to happen down in the comments. Luke, it's been a pleasure all year, my friend. The last time we're doing it.
Cheers, Ross. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster. Best of luck. Hopefully, finish second.
Best of luck, man. Yeah, same goes. Same goes. Thanks, guys. Catch you in a bit.